She leans in, her body draws nearer. Her arms wrap around you softly, naturally, like a moment she's done 1,000 times. And in that fleeting second, Mossman assume it's nothing. Just a hug. Just another polite gesture. A greeting, a goodbye. A moment that will pass. But what if I told you that how you respond to that one simple hug can completely change how she sees you? That this ordinary moment carries within it acquiescent psychological storm, and that Mossman fail it without ever realizing base. A hug to a man may be warmth, but to a woman, a hug is a message, a question. Sometimes even a silent invitation to emotional intimacy. She doesn't know how to express inwards. When she hugs you, she's not just feeling your arms, she's sensing your confidence. She's measuring your presence. She's evaluating your calm. She's subconsciously asking herself, do I feel safe in his arms, or do I feel nothing? Is he grounded or grasping? Is she aware of what this moment means, or will he ruin it like every other guy? The average man hugs back too quickly, hechuckles nervously. He pats her back like she's a buddy. He talks immediately after to fill the silence. He fumbles power of the moment. And when that happens, she forgets him, instantly did. But the rare man, the high-value, grounded, emotionally calibrated man, responds to that hug like it's not just touch, but language. And when he gets it right, she remembers him not just as Eamon she hugged, but as a man who mattered her body feels safe. Dot is a man whose arms didn't grab her, but held her. That is a man whose stillness told her, you didn't have to be anything right now. Just be. She won't know why. She won't say it out loud. But she'd replay it. She'd crave it again. She'd tell herself it was just a hug. But deep down, her nervous system won't let her forget it because you weren't like Theris. Thought you were present. You were Stoic. You made her feel like she could finally stop performing. And that is what makes a woman think about you long after you've gone. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to respond to her. Hug like a high-value man with calm. With mastery. With presence. So that the next time a woman leans in, she doesn't just hug you and walk away. She walks away wondering what just happened and why she can't stop thinking about you. Let's begin. Welcome to Stoic Paradox, where we don't chase women. We attract them through presence, power, and emotional precision. Today we're diving into something that seems small, but is anything but a hug, not a kiss, not a date, not an hour-long conversation, just a hug. And yet that moment, barely 5 seconds long, has the potential to topple a memory so strong in a woman's mind that it lingers in her body for hours, days, even weeks. You see, men are trained to look for big moments, grand gestures. Big conversations, physical, chemistry. But women are neurologically wired to feel a very thing in the subtle, the slight shift in your breathing, the quiet strength in your posture, the calm of your hands. The energy that surrounds you like an aura, whether it's erratic, needy, uncertain, or still grounded, masculine. When a woman hugs you, she's not just engaging in physical contact. She's tuning into your essence. Even if she's not doing it consciously, her body is asking, is he safe? Is he strong without needing to dominate? Does he let the energy between us or follow mine? Can I melt into him, or do I have to hold myself together? And if your answer is wrong, even silently, you'll never hear from her again, because she didn't just forget the hug, she forgot you. But if your energy is right, if you enter that moment with stillness instead of stiffness, with curiosity instead of control, with masculine presence instead of performance, then something deep happens. The hug goes from casual to a chemical. From simple to spiritual, from forgettable to unforgettable. Achy. Walks away, not overwhelmed by how you said, but quietly, power flistered by how you made her feel. She doesn't understand it logically, but she can't stop thinking about it emotionally. Dot the weight of your arms, the calm in your chest, the moment you held. Hearn didn't rush it, the way you let go first with confidence, not distance. The way your silence spoke more than words ever could. And the best part, she thinks it was her idea. Dot dot, she thinks you didn't even notice what you were doing. But you did because yeah, we're not average. You understand that attraction is inbuilt in grand performances. Dot, it's born in quiet mastery. You understand that a hug isn't just contact. It's a canvas for your masculine presence. And most of all, you understand that a woman doesn't want to be impressed. She wants to be felt. So if you're tired of being the guy chef forgets, if you're done, letting the moment pass without impact, and if you're ready to turn the smallest gesture into the most powerful memory, then stay with me because I'm about to teach you exactly how to respond to a hug in a way that makes her feel something real without ever saying a word. This is Grandma's minds, and here wouldn't react emotionally. Dot, we respond intentionally. Let's begin. 1, don't just react. Receive the hug with sovereign stillness, leans in. Her arms sip in. Her presence moves toward yours, and this is where most men fail the test before it even begins. They react out fast. Eager, nervous. They lunge into the hug as if they were waiting for permission to feel wanted. But a high-value man, a stoic man, doesn't move instantly. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't jump in. Instead, he pauses. Dot, just for a second. Not to reject her, but to let her energy reach him instead of him reaching for it. Dot, the subtle pause speaks louder than anything. Dot, it says, I don't chase connection. I allow it. I am whole already. I don't need this hug, but I'll receive it fully. This pause beckons the first crack in her emotional armor because she's so used to men proving themselves through touch. But when you show restraint, you show mastery. And in that moment, without even knowing why, she feels different, drawn in, held not by your arms yet, but be your calm too. Anchor the hug. Don't just mirror it when you finally return the hug. Don't just mimic her energy. Dot, lead it. Dot, you are. Not a mirror. You are the frame. Place your arms around her in a way that feels intentional, protective, and composed. Dot, no trembling, no over-squeezing. Dot, just anchored stillness. Make her feel like if moment could end, but you're nourished to let it go. You're not clinging. You're not desperate. You're simply present. You are calm in closeness. And women feel that contrast immediately because 99% of men are anxious inside of physical affection. So when you hold her with masculine ease, it becomes a moment that lives inside her nervous system because your arms weren't just arms. They were safe territory. They didn't mend anything. They didn't tremble for approval. They said, I know who I am, and I trust you to feel that without me proving it. That's the difference between a forgettable hug and one that wires her memory. 3, let your breath. Speak first. It's louder than your words in the middle of that hug. When your bodies are close, she isn't just listening with her ears. She's listening with her skin. And your breath is the volume knob on your masculinity. If you're shallow, quick, stiffen your lungs, she feels tension. She senses anxiety, she registers. He's not relaxed. Therefore, I can't relax. But when your breath drops deep into your belly, when it slows, Dot expands, Dot comes to her body mirrors automatically. Her nervous system entrains to your rhythm, and without a word, you've made her feel something she rarely experiences with men, grounded surrender. She can't name it. She won't say out loud, Dot. But when she hugs you and her body starts sensing to your energy, you become unforgettable, Dot, because she didn't just feel a man. She felt safety without weakness, stillness without coldness, strength without control. And in the world of women, that combination is almost mythical. For leaves the hug slightly before her with ease, Not distancing the hug matters as much as how it starts. If you cling too long, it reeks of neediness. If you drop away too quickly, it screams. Discomfort ... So what do? You match Heron, slightly lead ... Hold for as long as she's engaged, and then gently begin to release. Before she does ... not with speed, not with tension, ... with elegance. You give her something beautiful, and then you walk away from it first ... And in doing so, you trigger the oldest form of feminine intrigue. Why didn't he hold on longer? Did he feel that moment like I did? Did he choose to end it? Now the mystery begins because most men would cling to that touch like it was rare oxygen. But you let go early. As if you trust the moment will come again because you're the kind of man who creates them. That's not rejection. That's emotional power. And power is what she remembers. 5. Let silence be the echo of the connection. Don't ruin it with words, Huggins. Her body steps back. The air opens up again. This is where average men panic. They speak. They joke. They nervously try to keep the emotional current alive and accidentally unplug it. But you let silence settle. You don't say anything right away. You let the weight of the hug stay suspended between you like invisible smoke, and in that silence, she feels the echo. Cher placed the embrace in her body. She wonders what you're thinking, and that curiosity is everything. You're not cold. You're just full enough not to muffle the air with noise. Your stillness says, I'm not afraid of closeness. And I'm not afraid of stillness either. I felt that moment. I don't need to talk about it. And that makes her feel like she just shared something sacred. Not small. 6. Compliment something's full. Not surface level. If you do speak, speak to her depth. Don't compliment her looks. Don't flatter her body. Compliment the experience. They something like you carry calmness in your energy. Most people don't. That was the most peaceful moment I've had today. You feel real. It's rare. These compliments bypass the mask. They land in the heart because they're not designed to impress. They're reflections off what you noticed. And for a woman who is constantly being looked at, but surely seen, that kind of comment can shake something awake inside her. She'll walk away wondering, how did he know that about me? Why do I feel like I touched something I hide from everyone? And that emotional fingerprint, it doesn't fade. 7. Keep eye contact. Amament longer, but with stillness. Not seduction when the physical part ends. Keep the emotional thread alive. Not by force, but by gaze. Don't stare. Don't smirk. Just see her dot as she steps back. Hold her eyes for 2 to 3 skims longer than most men would dot not with hunger. Dot not with longing, but with still presence. Your eyes say, I'm not afraid to be here. I don't need to look away. I don't need to escape intimacy. This subtle act grounds hair again. It makes the moment feel real, not just routine. And because Mossmen look away quickly, afraid of the closeness they just created, you become of contrast. And contrast create chemistry. 8. Detach completely. Leather chase the Echeno comes the most important part. The part that makes or breaks. Everything. What you do after you let go, you smiled. You made eye contact. Now you move on. Calmly ... softly ... confidently ... without carrying the moment like a trophy. You didn't revisit it. You don't ask a booty. You don't replay it. You detach from it fully because the Stoic man doesn't need to follow up on intimacy. He trusts that real connection lingers on its own, and that trust, that psychological freed, it drives her wild ... because it means you weren't trying to get something from her. You were simply present while the moment existed. That makes you more than just memorable. It makes you unforgettable. If you've made it this far, you're not the average man. You're not here for quick pickup lines. You're not chasing gimmicks. You're Hair because you understand something most men never even consider, that attraction doesn't happen in loud words. It happens in the quiet moments. Dot in the way you breath. Dot in the way you hold stillness without needing to feel it. Dot in the way you respond. Not react when her body touches yours. You've just learned something that 99% of men overlook. That a hug isn't just a gesture. It's a test. A moment of emotional calibration where she feels the entire essence of who you are, insolence. And if you get that moment right without trying, without faking, she will feel something she can't explain but can never forget. Now, I fear the kind of man who wants to dive deeper into masculine presence, into emotional mastery, into the psychology of feminine attraction. Not for manipulation, but for authentic magnetism, then this is where you belong. Stoic paradox and just a channel. It's a brotherhood for men who choose stillness over chasing, power over panic, and meaning over noise. So this video spoke to you. If you felt something real, if you realized how much power exists in the smallest quiet testments between you and her, then don't just scroll away. Tap that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you never miss what most men will never learn. Leave a comment below. What moment in your life made a woman remember you even after you said nothing? Because this isn't about hacks. It's about understanding your energy as your message. And if you master that, you won't need to chase anything again. She feel it. She remember it. And she'll wonder why she can't stop thinking about you. This is Stoic paradox, we're the strongest. Man is not loudest, but the most unshakable percent. And until next time, stay calm, stay grounded. And remember, sometimes the way you let go is the very reason she holds on.